if I told you that spending money can actually lead to happiness? In this video, we'll be discussing 10 tips for finding happiness through spending. Let's dive in. Buy experiences, not things. Age, old question. To buy experiences or to buy things? Well, let me tell you, when it comes to finding happiness through spending, experiences are where it's at. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying material possessions are completely without value. A new handbag or a fancy car can definitely bring a momentary feeling of excitement and joy. But here's the thing, that excitement tends to fade pretty quickly. On the other hand, experiences tend to have a longer, lasting impact on our happiness. Think about a concert you went to or a vacation you took. Chances are those memories are still bringing you joy long after the event has passed. That's because experiences provide us with new and interesting stories to tell and allow us to create meaningful connections with others. So next time you're trying to decide how to spend your hard-earned cash, consider opting for an experience over a material possession. Trust me, your happiness will thank you. Spend money on others. When it comes to finding happiness through spending, sometimes the best place to start is by looking outside of ourselves. That's right, I'm talking about the power of pro-social spending, using our money to benefit others. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why should I spend my money on others when I could be using it to treat myself? Well, here's the thing. Studies have shown that pro-social spending can actually lead to an increase in happiness and a greater sense of purpose. When we use our money to help others, we get a boost of good chemicals in our brain, and we feel more connected to the world around us. Plus, pro-social spending doesn't have to break the bank. It can be as simple as buying a coffee for a friend or donating to a worthy cause. So next time you're wondering how to spend your money in a way that will bring you joy, consider giving to others. It just might bring a smile to both your face and theirs. Treat yourself to something small but indulgent. Before we get to that, I would like to introduce the sponsor of this video, the Frugal Living Handbook. Our comprehensive ebook covers everything you need to know about living a frugal and rewarding life, including creating a budget, identifying areas for cost-cutting, and much more. Order our ebook via the first link in the video description and start your journey towards financial stability and security. Now let's get back into the video. We all deserve a little indulgence every now and then, and there's no denying that treating ourselves can bring a sense of joy and happiness. But here's the key. It's all about balance. Splurging on a luxurious vacation or a designer handbag can certainly be enjoyable, but these types of big-ticket items can also lead to financial stress if we overspend. That's why it's important to treat ourselves in moderation and opt for smaller, more affordable indulgences when possible. So, what does this look like in practice? It could be something as simple as buying a fancy coffee from your favorite cafe, getting a massage, or treating yourself to a new book. These small indulgences can bring a sense of joy and relaxation without breaking the bank. Just remember, the key is to find balance and not overdo it. A little bit of indulgence can go a long way in boosting our happiness, but it's important to be mindful of our spending habits. Spend money on activities that align with your values. When it comes to finding happiness through spending, one powerful strategy is to align your spending with your values. This means using your money to support causes or organizations that are important to you, or buying products that reflect your personal beliefs. Not only does this type of spending allow you to make a positive impact on the world, it can also bring a sense of fulfillment and happiness. When we use our money in a way that aligns with our values, it can give us a greater sense of purpose and make us feel like we are living in accordance with our beliefs. So, how can you incorporate this tip into your own spending habits? One option is to support small businesses or organizations that align with your values. You could also consider buying environmentally friendly products or investing in experiences that support causes you care about. Remember, the key is to be mindful of where your money is going and make sure it aligns with your personal values. Invest in your personal growth and well-being. We'll get to that in a second. I have a favor to ask of you. If you like this video so far, please subscribe to the channel. When it comes to finding happiness through spending, it's important to remember that investing in ourselves can be just as important as investing in others or in material possessions. After all, if we don't take care of ourselves, how can we expect to be happy and fulfilled? That's where the idea of investing in your personal growth and well-being comes in. This can take many forms, such as investing in therapy to work on mental health, signing up for a fitness class to improve physical health, or even taking a class to learn a new skill. Not only do these types of investments have the potential to improve our well-being and personal growth, they can also bring a sense of accomplishment and joy. Plus, taking care of ourselves can have ripple effects, allowing us to be more present and available for others in our lives. So don't be afraid to spend some of your hard-earned cash on investments that will benefit your personal growth and well-being. Trust me, it will be worth it. Buy time-saving services. Let's face it, we all have a finite amount of time, and there never seems to be enough of it. That's where the concept of buying time-saving services comes in. By outsourcing certain tasks or paying for services that save us time, we can alleviate some of the stress and pressure that comes with trying to juggle everything on our own. Now, I know what you're thinking, but won't spending money on these types of services just add to my financial burden? Not necessarily. While it's important to be mindful of our spending habits, the benefits of buying time, saving services can far outweigh the cost. Think about it. By outsourcing tasks like housekeeping or meal delivery, we can free up more time for leisure and relaxation, which can lead to increased happiness. Plus, the sense of relief that comes from knowing these tasks are being taken care of can be priceless. So, if you're feeling overwhelmed and stretched thin, consider looking into time-saving services as a way to invest in your own happiness. It just might be worth the cost. Spend money on creating meaningful memories. There's no denying the power of memories. They can bring us joy, comfort, and a sense of connection to the past. That's why spending money on creating meaningful memories can be such a valuable investment. Now, this doesn't mean you have to break the bank on extravagant vacations or experiences, although those can certainly be enjoyable. Creating meaningful memories can be as simple as taking a day trip to a nearby town or having a picnic in the park. The key is to spend time with the people you care about and create special moments that will be remembered for years to come. Not only do these types of experiences bring joy in the moment, they can also provide a sense of happiness long after the money has been spent. So, if you're looking to invest in your happiness, consider spending some of your hard-earned cash on creating meaningful memories with loved ones. You won't regret it? Invest in your relationships. When it comes to finding happiness through spending, it's important to remember that our relationships are a key factor. After all, what's the point of accumulating wealth or possessions if we don't have anyone to share them with? That's where the idea of investing in our relationships comes in. This can take many forms, such as spending money on date nights with a significant other, buying gifts for loved ones, or investing in experiences that strengthen our connections with others. Not only do these types of investments bring joy and happiness in the moment, they can also strengthen our relationships and lead to a greater sense of fulfillment in the long run. So don't be afraid to spend some of your money on things that will bring you closer to the people you care about. It's a worthwhile investment in your own happiness. Spend money on things that bring you joy in the present moment. When it comes to finding happiness through spending, it's important to remember that it's okay to indulge in the things that bring us joy in the present moment. After all, life is short and we should embrace the things that bring us happiness while we can. Now, this doesn't mean we should go into debt or overspend on every whim that comes our way. It's important to find balance and be mindful of our spending habits. But allowing ourselves to splurge on the things that bring us joy in the moment can be a valuable investment in our happiness. So, what does this look like in practice? It could be something as simple as buying a new book from a favorite author, treating yourself to a fancy meal, or investing in a hobby that brings you joy. The key is to find things that bring you happiness in the moment and not overdo it. Remember, a little bit of indulgence can go a long way in boosting our happiness. So don't be afraid to spend some of your hard-earned cash on things that bring you joy in the present moment. Make a budget and plan your spending. When it comes to finding happiness through spending, it's important to remember that having a budget and planning our spending can be just as important as the actual purchases we make. After all, if we don't have a handle on our finances, it can be difficult to enjoy the things we buy, and we may even end up in debt. Creating a budget allows us to take control of our finances and make sure we are using our money in a way that aligns with our values and goals. It also helps us avoid overspending and the financial stress that can come with it. So, how do you create a budget? First, start by listing your income and fixed expenses, such as rent or car payments. From there, decide how much you want to allocate towards flexible spending, such as dining out or entertainment. It can also be helpful to use a budgeting app or spreadsheet to track your spending and make sure you are staying on track. Remember, having a budget and planning your spending doesn't mean you can't indulge in the things that bring you joy. It just means you are taking control of your finances and making sure you are spending your money in a way that aligns with your values and goals. Trust me, it will bring a sense of peace and happiness in the long run. Well, there you have it. 10 tips for finding happiness through spending. The key is to find balance and be mindful of your spending habits. It's important to have a budget and plan your spending in a way that aligns with your values and goals. But the journey doesn't end here. Check the first link in the description for our Frugal Living ebook. It's never too late to start making smart financial decisions.